Okay, we're going to convert to vertex form and state the vertex. So let's start with number 1. Okay, so here's go. This is a level 1 question. We're going to build until we get to a level 4, the hardest one today. So for level 1 question, we got y equals x squared plus 8x. We want to turn this into vertex form. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the 8, we're going to write it somewhere on the side, divide it by 2, and we get 4. And you can do this on another piece of paper and square it. So we get 16. Okay, so here's what we're going to do now. We're going to go y equals x squared plus 8x. Okay, and then that 8, we took the 8 divided by 2, we got 4, and 4 squared is 16. We're going to add 16. And we're going to do the same thing and subtract 16. So we're going to add the 16 and we're going to subtract the 16. It's the exact same line. Plus 16 minus 16 is 0. So we're going to do the exact same thing twice. Now, okay, now we're going to go here. We're going to put another line. We'll put this a little lower. Okay. After that, we're going to go y equals, I'm going to just put a bracket beside the first one. We're always going to put the positive. I'm going to bracket there. That's a perfect square. So it's like x plus 4 squared minus 16. So we took this part and we turned it into this. So we took half of that. We got 4 square root of the 16. 4 doesn't matter. Sine of the middle. Now from here, we can write our vertex. We can go vertex v is negative 4 comma negative 16. So that's the vertex of this parabola. And the step pattern is 1. Okay, so we've just created the vertex. We just found the vertex. We've put it into vertex form. And now this is the vertex. Okay, let's take a look at a graph. So I'm going to switch over to the graph. I'm going to actually type that equation to the graph so you can see it here on that software we've been using. So we got y equals x squared plus 8x. So let's go here. Y equals x squared plus 8x. Okay, so there's our graph. So down here, our vertex down here is negative 4, negative 16. So vertex down here. And our step pattern, let's see, if we go over 1 square, we go up 1 over 1, up 3. There's our step pattern. We can find, by completing the square, we can find the vertex. Okay, what I want you to do now is to try these two at the bottom here. So it's on your sheet, try them, and then come back and watch me do it. Okay, now I'm going to do this. So you're going to take the 20, somewhere on the margin, 20 divided by 2, you get 10. 10 squared is 100. So we're going to add and subtract 100. So you're going to go y equals x squared plus 20x plus 100 minus 100. Okay, now we're going to go y equals, okay, we're going to just take this part here. Always plus goes first. And we're going to go x plus 10. It's x plus 10 squared minus 100. Okay, then our vertex for that question is opposite sign, negative 10, and the same sign, 100. So this is the vertex form here. Opposite sign here is negative 10, same sign here, and that's our vertex. So again, we just did completing the square to figure that out. We took 20 divided by 2 and squared it. Okay, let's do the next one. So what I'll do is I'll just clone this page here. For this one here, you take the minus 4 divided by 2 and you get negative 2, and then you square it somewhere on the side, 4. Okay, you can put on a piece of scrap paper. So here, y equals x squared minus 4x. Again, put the positive 4 first and the minus 4 second. If you want, you can put a bracket around these ones here so that you know you're working with them. And y equals, well, that's going to be x minus 2 squared. So it's going to be half the negative 4 here, or the square root of 4 there, sine of the middle, minus 4. Okay, the vertex for this one, negative 2, so it's positive 2, opposite sign, common, negative 4. So the vertex here is 2, negative 4. Let's go back to the graph here just to show you. So y equals x squared minus 4. So I'll show you here. minus 4. Okay, let's go take a look at where the vertex is. Oh, there. It's at 2 minus 4. So let's see. So the vertex 2 minus 4, just completing the square. Step pattern should be 1. If you go over 1, you go up 1, over 1, up 3. Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay, level 2. Now we're going to get a little bit harder. Now we have a number at the end. Okay, now we have a number at the end. So here's what you do. Same thing. You take the negative 8 somewhere. You divide it by 2, you get negative 4. Then you square it, so you get 16. So we're going to add and subtract 16. Now it depends where. So y equals x squared minus 8x. So right after the 8x, we're going to add 16, subtract 16. And we're going to put a plus 4 there. So again, we're going to add and subtract. We take 8 divided by 2, which is 4, square it, 16. Always put the positive first. Plus 16 minus 16. Okay, now we're going to put a bracket around what's the perfect square. Okay, that minus stays out there. And we're going to go y equals x minus 4 squared. So the negative 8 is half of that, so it's negative 4, or square root of 16 is 4, sign of the middle. Now we got a minus 16 out here and a plus 4. Minus 16 plus 4 is minus 12. Okay, now the vertex of this, so our vertex is 4, negative 12. So maybe this one too I'll show over on the computer here. X squared minus 8x plus 4, x squared, so minus 8x plus 4. Okay, so let's take a look. So our vertex, so there's 4, negative 12. So let's see if we got that. 4, negative 12. And the step pattern should be 1. So the step pattern still, if I were to zoom in here, still be 1 over, okay, 1 up, 1 over, 3 up. And the vertex is at 4, negative 12. Okay, I would like you now to go and try these two, the next two. Okay, I'll now do these two over here. So again, we take this one here. We take the negative 2 where the x is. We take that somewhere on another page, divided by 2. You get negative 1, and then you square it. I think some of the homework questions that I gave, there's more room, so you can probably write more. So it's 1. Now we're going to add 1 and subtract 1. Where? Right here, right after the x. So we're going to go y equals x squared minus 2x plus 1 minus 1 minus 6. Okay, I'm going to put a bracket here. That's my perfect square. And I'm going to go y equals x half of negative 2 minus 1 squared. So if you were to expand that, you would get this back. Then you got minus 1 minus 6, you get minus 7. So our vertex here is 1, negative 7. So it's the opposite sign, and it's the same sign. Okay, let's go on to the next one, number 20. So for this one, again, 10 divided by 2 is 5, squared is 25. Okay, we go y equals x squared plus 10x plus 25 minus 25 plus 15. Okay, y equals, we'll put a bracket over here. So then y equals x plus 5 squared. So it's either half of 10 or square root of 25. Then you got negative 25 plus 15 is minus 10. And then our vertex, opposite sign of that, that's minus 5. Same sign as this, comma, minus 10. So that's our vertex. If we were to graph this, our step pattern is 1. So we start at negative 5, negative 10, and we do 1, 3, 5. So in front of the x is our step pattern A. On the next video, I will do the next two harder ones.